Hello, beautiful peaches. Welcome to the Macros, Metabolism, and Motivation Beautiful Peach Podcast. I'm your host, Caitlen, a reverse diet expert, sustainable fat loss nerd, and food freedom lover. After healing my own mind, body, and metabolism from the icky, restrict, binge, food guilt cycles, I became obsessed with helping other women do the same. I spent 6 years getting my bachelor's and master's degrees in all things nutrition, dietetics, and metabolism health, go Clemson Tigers, in order to start a science-backed, never cookie-cutter, always customized online macro and reverse diet coaching business. I have supported over 3,500 incredible women in their journey to endless results, and I am so excited to help you do the same. In this podcast, I will be teaching you how to break up with the yo-yo diet cycles, tips and tricks to heal your metabolism through reverse dieting. I will be giving away my sustainable weight loss secrets, all without you having to give up a single food you love. So if you're ready to rediscover that self-love and truly become the most confident, beautiful peach possible, grab a pen and a piece of paper, bump up your volume just a little, and let's dive right in. And don't forget to snag your completely free high-protein macro cookbook. All you need to do is submit a quality 5-star rate and review on this podcast, then fill out the form in the show notes so I know exactly where to send your cookbook. This will actually also automatically enter you into the weekly macro calculator giveaway. Every week, I give away a copy of my C. Schmidt macro calculator to one lovely, beautiful peach who has left an awesome 5-star rate and review on this podcast. The winner is announced every single week in my email newsletter email list, as well as my Instagram story. You can't miss it. So leave that 5-star rate and review, and I will see you in the episode. What is up, my beautiful peach? Today, we are going to be diving into how a client of mine is eating 820 more calories with no weight regain. I am very excited to share this because I am taking a super deep dive into her journey from when she actually first reached out to me on Instagram saying she would like some support and wanting to know where to start. One big thing about me that you should know is if you are excited to start and you would like to, you're just like, I am overwhelmed, I don't know where to start, you can reach out to me. We'll talk through your journey and I will give you my most honest expert opinion on where you should be starting. And so this particular client did so, and I'm going to be spotlighting exactly how we are now in a place where she is eating 820 freaking more calories, so much more food. She is no longer binge eating. She is absolutely thriving in her social life because she's able to eat the real food, do the real world things, travel, go to Disney World, like enjoy her life, and also know that she never has to diet or restrict again. And I am just so excited to walk you through the whole entire process from start to where she is now. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive on in to podcast episode 133, eating 820 more calories with no weight regain. Today, I'm going to be talking through the exact process that I took with this client to help her eat 820 more calories in her reverse diet in order to lose 15 pounds. When this particular lovely peach reached out to work with me, she was eating 75 carbs. She was eating around 1,300 calories, and she was feeling unbelievably stuck. One of the things that she actually shared with me, a few of the things that she actually shared with me, I have them written here in my notes, is she said specifically, I really want to lose 15 pounds, build muscle, and eat as many calories as possible. And when she said that, I was like, you are in the right place, my gal. She mentioned that she's been working with a dietitian that has her eating 75 carbs, which my inner everything was like, wow, so many warning bells. So she said, my dietitian, I've been working with a dietitian that has me eating 75 carbs and 1,300 calories daily. She said, I am starving all the time and just can't stop binging. I am tired of gaining and losing the same 10 pounds while eating such a low calorie intake forever. And last but not least, she said, I want to live again, live in all caps. Now, let's walk through how this client is able to eat 820 more calories without the weight regain, because I think so many people are like, how is it even possible? I don't understand. And I'm going to walk you through how we, like, specifically how we did this for her. And at this point, and we'll get into this a little bit more, she's actually already 1/3 of the way down to that 15 pounds. Does that sound right? She's already 1/3 of the way to that 50 pounds or 15 pounds down. That makes more sense. I don't know what those words were that I was saying before. Words are hard. It is okay. But she's already 1/3 of the way to that 15 pounds down. I hope that's coming out right. For some reason in my head, that like just does not sound right. I'm recording this on a Friday and I've got like such Friday brain, but I think that's right. So basically, each one of these phases I'm going to walk you through is going to come with a few wins from this particular client that I actually want to share with you, because I think they are going to be extremely relatable. And also, I think so often when we actually can hear the real world scenarios of people that are actually going through this, is so cool to see and be like, wait, she did it, so can I. And like, absolute heck to the yes, you can. So number one, the very first thing that we need to do, and this is going to sound so incredibly basic, but it's so incredibly necessary, is we've got to heal your relationship with food and your binge eating. We have to have a sustainable and maintainable. Okay. So my signature framework that all of my programs are built around, it's got to be sustainable. It's got to be maintainable. It's got to be educational, and it's got to be enjoyable. When you have those 4 pieces, you will succeed. Okay. Now in this piece, if we want to lose fat, we cannot live in a world where we are consistently restricting binge eating and then feeling all of the food guilt, because this is going to lead us quite literally nowhere but a continuous hamster wheel where we're on that circle again and again and again, and we are just repeating that cycle for years on end. Okay. Once you have, this is a really, really big piece for quite literally any of my programs. When you are having your starting macros, they must be 100% customized and cater to your specific individual goals. Meaning, whether you want fat loss, whether you want to build that beautiful muscle, whether you want to fit into a size smaller in pants, whether you want to heal your metabolism, whether you want all of the above, we must make sure that your macros are 100% accurate to you as an individual and to your metabolism. Okay. This is why I actually do have my C-Schmidt macro calculator, but why all of my coaching programs start with that base level. And it's just so incredibly important, okay? And once we actually have those macros, we can dive into making sure that you are eating the food that you love on a daily basis, okay? Because if we want to lose fat, if that is our ultimate goal, if we want to lose fat, but we do not have a good relationship with food, we will not be able to successfully get that fat off, because we will be on that hamster wheel of restrict, binge, food, guilt, eat, okay? Because when we are restricting, it's often coming from a place of fear of eating certain foods or a certain amount of food, okay? Due to wanting to lose weight, but having that fear that you're going to gain the weight back, or having the really, really, really trying hard to not eat certain foods in order to lose that weight, okay? Now, the reason why we really want to heal our heal our relationship with food first is because it will make it sustainable and maintainable, in the sense of what we will be doing allows you to actually live your life the way that you want to live it. Meaning, you get to go out to eat with your kids. You get to actually get the ice cream with them. You get to say yes to the wine night with your friends. And I think in my notes, I said, get a little tipsy if you wish. Gosh, I am so cheesy. You get to have date night with your significant other, feeling the confidence in yourself, where you can, I literally have this stuff in my notes, you guys. I said confidence for sexy fun time later, because you're already starting to love your body more and you are not stressing about food the entire time during dinner. So therefore you are in a better place mentally to show up for your significant other, to show up for the different sides of you for that sexy fun time, right? I have no shame in saying that. We're women here listening. It is fine. And the thing is, we cannot go into adjusting our macros. We cannot go into fat loss. We cannot go into anything else unless we have the solid foundation of our starting macros, yes, but also the starting foundation of a good relationship with food that will allow us to enjoy the entire process. Part of my framework, right? Sustainable, maintainable, educational, and enjoyable. It's got to be sustainable and maintainable in the sense that it fits naturally into your life, okay? It's got to be educational in the sense of like, you understand what you're doing. Why are you tracking macros? Instead of some coach just giving you macros and being like, here you go. You're like, wait, I don't know what a macro is. You get to learn what those macros are. You get to learn how to navigate the real world scenarios. And then that makes it enjoyable. You're allowed to go out to eat with your friends. You're allowed to go get the glass of wine or two, or three, or you're allowed to go get the ice cream with your kids, and you get to do those real world things, okay? And because I've been in your shoes in the past, I've been in this place where I was just like so deep in the restrict, the binge, the food guilt cycles that I was saying no to my friends so incredibly often that I actually lost friendships. And I look back in today and like, I honestly was thinking about this last night. I'm going to reach out to some of those people, and who knows, right? Obviously people grow, people change. I've had some crazy wild inner growth, and I think I am a very much more of a different person than I was back then. But I think so many people do go through so much growth, especially in like their late 20s, early 30s. And I feel like I'm sad looking back that because I was so incredibly stuck in this space of fear around food, fear in my body, lack of confidence, that I literally lost friendships. And the thing is, it's because I wasn't spending quality time with them. It's because I was too busy worrying about getting off track, that I was saying no to going out to eat, that I was staying home, that I was doing all of these things rather than actually making memories. And this is going to be so morbid. This is so incredibly morbid. But when you die, like, what do you want people to remember you for? Like, when you're on your deathbed, do you want to look back and be like, wow, my whole entire life was spent around stressing about food? Like, absolutely not. That sounds gosh darn awful. I want to be able to look back and say that I lived this full life of excitement and adventure and love and joy and, loving my body and loving food. And that's something that I want to look back. And I also want to teach my future kids how to have that. Okay. And so this client of mine was very much in this space. And this is why I think so often what's extremely helpful about me being a coach and me doing what I do is not only have I been in your shoes in the past, but I also have the solid education and understanding and expertise behind what we're doing. So I can empathize. I feel you. I see you. I hear you. And I want you to succeed so freaking badly. And so it's one of those things where it's fun for me to see you go through these changes. And it has been nothing but joyous watching this client go through ups and downs. There will be ups. There will be downs. It's a matter of you sticking it through and not throwing in the towel and asking for help when you are having those bad days without it being a complaint train. That's one of my biggest things that I love to say is instead of, and of course, like I am here to hear you. I'm here for it. But I think one of the most powerful things is to say, hey, I have this happening. I'm not feeling great about it. Instead of turning it into like a complaint train, a negative self-talk, all of those things, say, here's what I would like to do. Here's what I think I can do. Like, how can I have your support? And that's a beautiful thing about this client is she owns up to it and she has been putting in the work. And going through our very first phase here and healing her relationship with food, I actually have some wins written down that I think are so powerful. And this happened, I wish I could remember the exact time span between these two, but it's pretty wild seeing her first win that I have written here compared to her second one, going through this first phase of getting this food freedom, okay? And remember, she's now eating 820 more calories. I think somewhere around it's over 200 carbs when she came to me eating 75 carbs, which is wild. So her first one here, she says, I'm going to read this from my notes. She says, I ate half a cup of oatmeal for the first time in months. Who knew if you deprive yourself of carbs long enough, you'll miss oatmeal? And that one made me giggle because I remember back when I was starting my very first reverse diet, I think I ate like less than a fourth a cup of oats. I mean, it was pretty absurd. It was like an eighth of a cup. I was eating so low in my fat, which then I'm like, no wonder my hormones were messed up because fat is so incredibly important for hormonal balance. And I'm just like, no wonder my body's going completely wonky. Like looking back, I'm like, oh, I wish I could just give my younger self a hug, which is why I'm like, I just wish I could give you a hug. And It's interesting because like I remember that in the past, and now I'm like, give me all the food. Anyway, so her second one here, she said, I'm scheduled to eat pasta tonight. Not even a free meal, but in my macros. So happy. First, I was excited about oatmeal. Now I'm excited for pasta. And like, imagine the joy. Imagine the joy of knowing that you're eating these things. You're seeing the changes in the sense of like, you are not having that weight regain. You are feeling good. You are being intentional with your body. You're healing your metabolism, and you're doing what's right for you and for your long-term health. Like, how freaking good does that feel? So freaking good to show up for you. I get so excited. Now, I have this in my notes. Okay, I am going to spill the beans a little bit here. I forgot that I have this in my notes. If you are someone who like wants to learn how to adjust your macros, you want to take a deep dive, please come apply to my Beautiful Peach Mastermind. Or if you just like want the course, you don't need the coaching, go dive into the reverse diet course. And also, I have a new program coming out for ladies who might not be in a space to dive into BPM right now. And this new program is going to be so good because one of the very big things that we're going to be working on is your relationship with food and learning how to track your macros in real world scenarios. So I have a ton of training modules that you will get, training lessons, video lessons that you can see. I'm a very visual person, so I've got little screen walkthroughs, all the good stuff that actually is going to help you learn how to navigate the real world scenarios. So how to travel and stay on track, how to go out to eat, how to track, sushi, things that don't have nutrition labels. At Clemson, there was this place that had a double chocolate chip muffin. I'm pretty sure it was, and now I'm looking back, I'm like, was it double chocolate chip or plain chocolate chip? But didn't have nutrition label. And so when I finally learned how to actually track those things, I'm like, heck to the yes, I'm going to go get that muffin. And actually learning how to track your macros in a way that's sustainable for you in your life, it allows you to actually do the real world things to make it a long-term change for you, because macros and tracking your macros and healing your metabolism is going to be the most effective and incredible way to get to where you need to go. But you actually have to learn how to track those macros in the first place. And you have to actually learn how to do it on the weekends without that weekend start over cycle. Okay. So this new program coming out, I'm not going to give you too many details. If you are excited and interested in it, I will go ahead and drop the waitlist down below in the show notes for you. And also, depending on when you are listening to this, because sometimes I know some ladies discover my podcast at different times. So depending on when you are listening to this, what you can also do is still go to the waitlist. And what I will do on my end is once this program is open, once I've released all of the information, I will just put on that waitlist a button that will take you to the actual page to the program where you can learn more, where you can enroll. You can also just like DM me and ask about it and all those good things. So I'm very excited about this. I forgot that I put like spill the beans in here, but I'm spilling the beans because I am so excited about this program. It's going to be an absolute freaking game changer. I want to interrupt this so lovely podcast episode of mine to let you know about a new program coming very soon. Doors are not open quite yet. However, I want to give you just a hint of the details so you can get your name on the waitlist if it does sound like it's something that is up your alley. This program is going to be for beginner macro trackers as well as beautiful peaches who want to support learning to confidently track their macros while navigating life events so they can stop the exhausting weekend start over cycle that is holding them back from losing weight long term and healing their metabolism. You'll be learning how to track food with no nutrition label so you no longer have to be that friend who only orders a side salad with no dressing because she is so scared of getting off track. You will be learning to navigate potlucks such as family cookouts and holidays so your biggest concern is great Aunt Karen's unsolicited advice on your love life or how to raise your kids rather than the stress of trying to stay away from the food table all night in fear of getting off track. I'm not going to fully spill all of the beans, but if you want support learning how to master your macros in social settings, get on the waitlist to be the first to know when I release the full details for the program. That way, when doors are officially open, you are ready to rock and roll. I will drop the waitlist down below in the show notes for you, so go hop in, and if you have any further questions, feel free to reach out on Instagram, and I am happy to answer those for you. Enjoy the rest of the episode. Number 2 here. with this client eating 820 more calories, no weight regain. Technically, she's actually had some weight loss, and I will explain that in a second. She's 1/3 of the way to her 15-pound down goal. Number 2, we started working on her metabolism health. So we have healed her relationship with food. She is feeling good. She is learning to navigate those real world scenarios. It is time for us to start working on her metabolism health, okay? Now, this particular client came to me eating 75 carbs because the particular person that she was working with was having her eat very low calories and very low carbs. I really don't mean to knock other people. I just want you to be very, 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 very aware of who you are working with because of the sheer number of other dietitians, of personal trainers, of health professionals coming to me for my specific expertise. I think it's really important to note, and this is the beautiful thing about the world, about life, is we all have our own expertise, okay? And it's the beautiful thing. This is my expertise. You come to me for it. There are people who are experts in so many other things, right? In the world, like you have your own expertise. I have an accountant because like when it comes to taxes, I'm just like, it's a whole different language. I was talking to him the other day, and it's a very long story, but we were just laughing because for him, he's like, yeah, it's just literally easy. It's its own language, but like for him, it makes sense. And he's like, for what you do, that is a whole different language. And that's the beautiful thing, okay? There are people who are experts in their field. I am the expert in mine. Be wary of just gentle love, gentle nudge, gentle hug. I don't know where that gentle love meant. And I was like bear hugging when I did that. I don't really know. Basically, be wary of who you are investing your support in, okay? I am here to get you results. You will get results in my program because we are doing what is actually happening to your body, what's naturally happening. We are just taking you and putting you in the driver's seat and allowing you to take back that control of that fat loss, okay? So you can have that long-term change. Now, back to working on her metabolism here, okay? I do have an episode. If you are curious about like the basics of like what the heck your metabolism is, go listen to the previous episode. I think it's 132. I don't have it directly here in my notes, but I think it's 132. It's literally the previous episode right before the one that you are currently listening to, this one right here. It will give you the basic background of what a metabolism is. This is an episode that I kind of wish that I did like ages ago, so I could refer people to that one, but go listen to it because it's very helpful, okay? Finish this episode first and then go listen to it. Now, during this phase 2 of us healing her metabolism through a reverse diet is a very, very strategic, slow and steady increase to the amount of food that she's eating overall without the weight regain, okay? We do this by intentionally, very, very, very freaking intentionally adjusting her macros, and when done correctly, aka not done with like your YouTube guides and all that stuff. I've had so many people coming to me from YouTube, and I don't know what YouTube video it is, but I'm just like, you guys. Okay, I'm just like, let me show you the way, shall we? I'm so goofy today. I don't know what it is. I do know what it is. And we're all women here, okay? I feel like this would be weird. I almost posted this on my story the other day. My husband was like, that's weird to post. And I'm like, yeah, but we're all women. Like, I've got women followers, so I cycle sync. So based on where I am in my cycle, I am currently recording podcasts because I'm ovulating. I've got energy. I'm feeling good. Like, I'm feeling goofy. When it comes to my menstrual cycle, I will be curled up. I will be wearing sweats. My hair will be in a bun on the top of my head. Like, I will not, we're not playing that game. We'll be in the self-love club. Like, it'll be just fine. And so anyway, we're here listening to my goofy self. And I apologize if that was TMI, but I am an open book. I chat about those things and I am fine with sharing that. So, coming back to us healing this client's metabolism, adjusting your macros, doing this reverse diet, when it is done correctly, you will not see that weight regain. And I also have a note in here. I literally have a note. Like, I've seen too many people adjusting by just 50 calories or 100 calories and not actually having the proper step-by-step when it comes to a reverse diet. The problem here is you will start to see weight regain happening because you are not actually healing your metabolism. You are simply eating more calories, which is actually a surplus compared to where your metabolism sits, where it's been slowed down to. So you want to make sure that you are doing the proper reverse diet, okay? And I do have those resources for you if you're wanting to And this is what I always say, like I have options for everyone. If you are somebody who wants the coaching and the accountability and you want to learn how to actually adjust your macros, you're like, I've got the basics of macros. I want to learn to adjust. I want that higher level. Come to BPM. If you do not need any of the coaching at all, go ahead and grab my reverse diet course that will literally teach you exactly what you need to do. And also if you want to wait it out, you want to test the waters, put your name on the wait list for my program that we'll be releasing and you will be golden. Okay. Or if you're just like, I don't really know, just come DM me. Literally come DM me and be like, hey, Kate, or Caitlen. My clients end up calling me Kate. That's what all my good friends call me. But hey, Caitlen, got a question for you. Was listening to your podcast. Curious on where to start. Let's chat about, like, give me your journey. We'll chat about, and I'll give you my most honest opinion on where I think you should be starting. Okay. Now, I love that I have this in my notes. Wait, I said in all caps, or I said, this client nailed her reverse diet, in all caps, I've nailed, because she followed the exact steps for her macros that were given to her weekly. Plus, she was in it for a long-term change, my friends, and it does take time. So you have to be ready to not throw in the towel the second that it gets hard. I completely understand that sometimes we just have bad days and we're like, I just want to give up. But you have to remind yourself that yes, you're having a bad day. You're not having a bad month. You're not having a bad week. Well, you might have a bad week, but the point being is it's the times where it's hard that you get to ask for help. You get to show up harder. You get to learn how to navigate those scenarios. So when the hard comes again in the future, you're able to push yourself through. And I think from myself in the past, I just know this about myself from the past. I was the kind of person who would give up so incredibly fast. I always love to say, give yourself 3 months minimum of consistency of what you're doing, of tracking those macros and actually hitting your macros, okay? Of showing up for yourself, of reminding yourself on those hard days that, yes, it's hard, but life is not going to be continuously hard, right? Like, nothing is final, nothing is fatal, nothing is going to stay. You're not going to stay in that place. Give yourself some love and grace on those days. Do not beat yourself up. That's the biggest thing I have to say. If you mess up, that's okay. That is okay. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. Okay. That's why failure is what teaches us what we do and do not want. Failure is hard in those moments. It does not feel good at all, but it's teaching you exactly what you do and do not want. You do not want diets. You do not want quick fixes. You do not want, to feel bad in your body. You do want food freedom. You do want a long-term change. You do want to put in the work because it will give you that long-term change. Okay. And this particular client, I have these ones in here because they are so incredibly beautiful. They are so beautiful. She said, I never had enough calories to eat a snack at this time of day. I feel so good having a little snack between clients. It's crazy how much food a normal amount for my body feels when you've dieted for so long. She has in caps, yes, right? Like she's feeling so good. She's feeling so good. Her second one, oh, it's so fun. And it's so fun to see the progression, right? Like she was excited about eating oats. She was excited about eating pasta. She's now having a snack in between clients. Like she's feeling good. Her body's actually getting adequate food and she's feeling good. Her body's feeling those differences. Okay. This next one, 1,200 calories. Never in my life, exclamation point. I feel like I needed to say the exclamation point. Not even as a young teen. I love food. And then here we go again. Third win here. This was another client actually. So this was like a couple of my clients going back and forth because they were hitting these goals. They were feeling good. They were getting excited. She said, one of my other clients said she hit like 2,000 calories or something like that. And this other client said, when I hit 2,000 calories, I was amazed. I'm still amazed. I am so excited to start my second reverse diet after my cut. She's getting ahead and it's cute. I'm sure that's the absolute best feeling. I actually just remembered what she was talking about. I have a client who did a full reverse diet, calorie deficit, and she's starting in on her second reverse diet. So she lost, I think, over 25 pounds, way past the goal that she wanted. And I don't even think she dropped below like 1,800 calories for her deficit. And now she's starting her second reverse diet to get her intake back up so she can go off and maintain that fat loss and all those good things. There's something really special about having a community of women, because I think so often when we are in a place of struggle, we feel very alone. And me in the past, I remember crying myself to sleep. I remember being in this place where I thought I was stuck forever. I thought I was broken. I remember going home from college and like crying on my mom's lap as like a college student, being like, I'm so stuck. I don't know what to do. I'm miserable. I'm unhappy. And now being on the other side, like I want you to know how freaking capable you are. You are so worthy. You are so capable. And having a community of women who are uplifting, who are positive, who are going through it with you. So when you have those bad days, they can help you hold your head high, get yourself up, brush the dirt off, and keep going. Now, number 3 here that we did for this client to get to 820 more calories without the weight regain. And in fact, she's actually 1/3 of the way down to her 15 pounds down goal. The number 3 here, my notes don't make sense because I say, just imagine having that freedom. Where's my 3? wait, what are these notes? Wait, oh my gosh, wait, I love these notes. Okay, wait, we're going to go to this and then we're going to go to number 3 real quick. This is so, I love that I did this. I forgot that I did this. So I say, just imagine having that freedom. I'm so funny. Okay. I like make myself laugh sometimes. I'm like, just imagine, but I'm like, really though, actually like imagine it because it's incredible. So when we started versus where she is now, I have a before and after that I would like to read through with you. Okay. Before, she was working with a dietitian that had her eating 75 carbs, eating 1,300 calories a day. Through following my programs, following my methods, following the way that our body works and the healing and getting the driver's seat rather than the passenger seat, she ended up eating 820 more calories, well over 200 carbs. Okay. So from 75 carbs to well over 200. Before, she said, I'm starving all the time and I just can't stop binging. Following my program, has not binged once since being in my little beautiful peach world. No more restrict, binge, food guilt cycles. She's eating out. She's enjoying life. Before, she mentioned, I'm tired of gaining and losing the same 10 pounds while eating such a low calorie intake forever. Following my programs, I literally wrote, need I say more? She is eating 820 more calories with 0 weight gain. And we're about to get her into that phase of fat loss, which is going to be our step 3 here. Before, she said, I want to live again. And now I said, my gal is free. And these are 2 wins that she has said, and I think they are absolutely incredible. So she says, my win is fitting a Starbucks vanilla cold brew in my everyday. She says in every day. I'm so going to repeat exactly what she said. In every day. That's right? In every day with my macros and never being able to do that before. I feel like that sentence is written weird, but she basically means she's been able to eat the Starbucks vanilla cold brew every single day, fitting into her macros, and she was never able to do that before. She said, I was scared of anything but black coffee. Wild. I went to Disney. Sorry, I'm trying to like repeat this exactly as it is, but like the context, I feel like I need to say Okay, so she says, went to Disney and had a huge cheeseburger and ice cream. I didn't search the park for salad and deny the treats like I usually would. Sorry for those reading out kind of weird. For some reason, grammar is hard and I'm like trying to like phrase it nicely for her, but went to Disney and had a huge cheeseburger and ice cream. I didn't search the park for a salad and deny the treats like I usually would. Freedom, freaking freedom, right? Now she has her words coming to you yet again. Man, I forgot how many of her words I have in here. So we are now in phase 3, which is the calorie deficit phase. So she reverse dieted the heck up. She is thriving. She's eating so much food. She is now in the calorie deficit phase, and she said 4 pounds down. So 2 a week so far on my cut seems like a good rate. Still eating more now than it was when I first started. So she's already 4 pounds down. She's at a really good rate. She's feeling good. She's still eating literally more than she was when she first started. And she's seeing those changes happen, okay? Meaning she is fresh into this cut. She has seen those changes happen. She's healed her metabolism. She's 1/3 of the way to her goal of 15 pounds down. And she's literally 2 weeks into her cut. And I think that the beauty of this situation here is instead of having her stay at 1,200 calories, she's nowhere near, or 1,300 calories, I think, was where she was. She's not even anywhere near that low. And she's seen the changes happen to her body. She's free. She has the food freedom, right? She has a healed metabolism. She's taken the time and been intentional through the whole process. And she's now in a place where she is on the last stretch, okay? And I think what's so incredibly important is if we want to eat more food, to lose more weight, to keep that weight off, and to not ever give up any of the food that you love, so you can actually go out to eat with your family and enjoy the ice cream with your kids, so you can feel sexy around your significant other, so you can live your best freaking life. We get to have our cake and eat it too, right? It's so incredibly important for you to allow yourself the grace to have the ups and downs, but to not let it defer you and for you to throw in the towel. And this is why I do what I do. I just get so incredibly excited. So please send me a DM if you are in a space where you need support, or you're just like, hey, Kate, like, I really think I want to start. I don't know where. Like, we'll talk about it. Okay. I would love to talk about it. And I appreciate you for being here. I love nerding out. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Next week's is going to be really, really good too. I'm going to be walking through actually my 3 favorite tips to get started. To basically, if you want to lose 10 pounds, like in the next X number of days, 45, 60 days. I'm going to give you my tips, my top tips to start that. Okay. And I almost don't want to say like 45 days. I don't like giving timelines because so many people are so incredibly different. And like, if you need a reverse diet, you will have to reverse diet in order to do that calorie deficit. But it's a matter of like, if you take the time to do it, you will literally never need to diet ever again. Okay. So I appreciate you for being here. I am so obsessed with you for listening because you get to nerd out with me, and I hope you enjoyed the episode. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, my beautiful peach.